Starting with some breaking news now coming in. Manish Sisodia's bail hearing. The case has now been adjourned to the 21st of March. Earlier today, the Enforcement Directorate had made arguments and said that Manish Sisodia had indulged in destruction of evidence, and also saying that the excise policy had been made in a way that it would benefit only some. Legal editor Harish Dyer and Nilashish joining us on the broadcast with the details of what's happening. Priyank Tripathi also joining us with those details. Harish, details coming in from the court. As of now, the bail hearing in the case has been adjourned to the 21st of March. Take us through the developments as they took place in the court.
Yes, Pratibha, the latest update put in by my colleague Nilashish is that the bail hearing in the CBI case has been adjourned to 21st March. But what is important is that the Rouse Avenue Court has concluded arguments on the ED's plea for 10 days custody of Manish Sisodia and has now reserved its order. So perhaps that part of the order will come today. So it will be interesting to see whether ED has got Manish Sisodia's remand, and if so, for how many days. And remember, the ED has listed several grounds on which it wanted the custody of Manish Sisodia, including, as you rightly said, destruction of evidence by destroying phones, erasing large amounts of data and changing phones frequently, changing the profit margin for wholesalers from 5% to 12%, and so wanted interrogation in this regard, interrogation on kickbacks paid by the alleged South Group to Vijay Nair on behalf of the Aam Aadmi Party leaders, and why the decision to go against the expert committee's recommendations, and why was it done so. So the ED has said is that we need to establish money trail, we need to unearth the scam, find the entire modus operandi and confront him with certain people, and we have already summoned 3 to 4 officers already. So in this regard, regarding the ED's plea seeking 10 days remand of Manish Sisodia, the order has been reserved and is expected to come shortly. But on the Manish Sisodia's bail plea in the CBI case, that has been deferred to
Nothing but baseless allegations.
Yeah, certainly. There was a very lengthy argument which has just concluded at the Rouse Avenue Court. We have seen that the argument started around 2 p.m. today and which has concluded right now. So it means that for 2 hours, both the counsels from all the sides were arguing this particular matter. There were 3 senior counsels who were representing Manish Sisodia, and primarily they were trying to bring the attention of the court towards a point that if the liquor policy, any policy is being made from the government side, it has to be vetted from a different stages. It has to go through finance department, excise department, and then the legal department of the Delhi government could have gone through it. So why my role is being under the scanner? And not even that, they also try to shift the onus towards the center, because what they said that the file had also gone to the Lieutenant Governor's office, and the LG's office came up with 3 queries, and none of these queries was talking about the 12% margin which was quoted in this. But this is the larger nexus, theory which has been brought by the Enforcement Directorate and the Central Bureau of Investigation. What they have been saying that their role was very much there in the cartelization, and the grouping which was being made allegedly on the behest of Manish Sisodia. Vijay Nair was given the responsibility to form this cartel, and later to that Dinesh Odera was the one who was given the responsibility to bring the money back to the party. So the ED had also mentioned that in the year 2020, Manish Sisodia met Dinesh Arora, and he said that, Sanjay Singh, and he said that there is going to be election anytime soon and we need funding for that. Then this all theory started. So the argument has just concluded. What we can expect, Pratibha, that it will take another 1 hour or so for the judge to give a detailed order in this respect, because this order will be comprising about the 57 pages remand note which has been submitted by the Enforcement Directorate. This order will also be comprising about all the lengthy argument which has concluded in the court. But the fact remains that very interesting factor has come up. If you look at the timing of the bail hearing in CBI case is concerned, the timing is of 21st of March. Today is it's going to be 10 days time period. If you start calculating from tomorrow till 21st, when 21st will come. So that means that the court has already given an indication that there is a possibility that the time period of the ED remand could be a longer one. We have seen that 7 days of police remand was already given by the same court to the Central Bureau of Investigation, since the ED has already at one go sought 10 days of remand period apart from the 14 days of maximum remand period which they can get in this case of Indian Penal Code under the sections which has been applied against Manish Sisodia. Then it is quite possible that after an hour or so, whenever the order will come, it will be a long time period for Manish Sisodia to be there in the custody of Enforcement Directorate. But if you see, tomorrow is the day when K. Kavita is going to be here. She will be questioned, and during the course of argument, very specifically, the Enforcement Directorate had also hinted towards the role of K. Kavita on the Southern Group side and role of Manish Sisodia on the side of those people who were based in Delhi, which also include those liquor barons, those middlemen who have already been arrested, and their role has already been under scanner. So there is a big possibility, Pratibha, that K. Kavita and Manish Sisodia could be confronted with each other.
Okay, all right. Bhavtosh Singh also on the broadcast with us. Bhavtosh, faster updates of the court only on Times Now, but we've also been talking about the investigation right from the beginning into the liquor scam case. Explain to us how this is all going to play out. If the Enforcement Directorate gets remand of Manish Sisodia, is he going to be questioned along with K. Kavita? How does it play out now that Arun Pillai has said that the statement that he gave to the Enforcement Directorate was under duress?
Pratibha, one can easily say that the investigation is virtually in the last lap, given the fact that Mr. Sisodia has been arrested in the case. The big arrest has taken place. K. Kavita questioning will take place. Probably she will be joining the investigation. And one of the key players in this case, Arun Ramchandra Pillai, has in fact retracted from his statement. So several developments are taking place, even as the CBI also questioned the private secretary of Manish Sisodia, Devendra Sharma. The important fact remains that K. Kavita will be questioned tomorrow in this case, and K. Kavita has already said, in fact, she spoke to Times Now yesterday, and she made a very important observation that businessmen in this case are under a lot of duress, and that is the reason why they have in fact named her. But the fact remains that the Enforcement Directorate has always been the lead investigating team as far as this case is concerned. They were the ones who in fact managed to unearth how the entire chain of events that existed in this case, how the South Group in fact got the proceeds of crime, how they got the kickbacks, and then subsequently tried to recoup the kickbacks. The very fact that Indo Spirits had a share of K. Kavita, 65% of the shares, and the proxy owners that were set up by them, and more importantly 9 of the 12 retail zone. Having said that, the missing legal opinion, and then importantly a fact that has been missing so far in the case, about 4,000 emails of public opinion that were generated and sent to the expert committee. These emails that were generated were only to show that the excise policy, then excise policy, if it comes into existence, will only benefit Delhi. So there are several facets of this case that have remained hidden, which in fact the Enforcement Directorate is aware of, though Aam Aadmi Party as well as many in the Delhi government have denied that there was any kind of criminality involved. But the case is not only limited to Delhi, but it has spread far beyond Delhi. There is a Goa angle to this, there is Punjab angle to this, there is a Telangana angle to this, and that is the reason why the Enforcement Directorate has said that they will be probing several aspects of this case in days to come.
Okay, all right. Bhavtosh